the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running, second place again. We used to lead, now we just chase. Didn't even touch first this time, what a waste. Don't touch that soccer sauce. He's Limp Bizkit, smooth but still no boss. 5 years dry, no shiny prize, just pretty passes and Twitter cries. Taste the biscuit, taste the bluff. It's all clean boots, but not enough. Arteta talks like we're built to win, but silverware's allergic to the North London grin. We brought win the dog, but we lose even more. 3 times second, never the king. And this year, we didn't even lead a thing. Same TikTok reels, same post-match tears, same false dawns for 5 long years. From invincible pride to annual pain, we chase our tail like it's part of the game. Limp Bizkit fence, fans still cheer, but the empty cabinet echoes loud and clear. Taste the biscuit, taste the drought. We talk the loudest, but still missed out. Stinker and hooked. Taste the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running.
Second place again. Oh, what a banger. What a banger. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen, where, we sit here, we talk about City, we talk about Arsenal, we talk about Nottingham Forest, I don't know why, but we talk about Nottingham Forest, and we talk about my club, Liverpool Football Club. Big up to every single person locked in. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Elite song. Everyone please like the video. Everyone please subscribe. It needs to be uploaded to Spotify. There you are. Imagine someone working out to that song. I am gonna ruin his life if he says anything about Florian Wirtz. I'm telling you right now. I will actually message him now. I'll message him right now. Callum Sanderson, if you open your mouth about Florian Wirtz, we will have beef forever, and I'll never forgive you, and I'm never coming back on Kopish. I'm making it clear now. Here, I just messaged him. Anyway, joining me first and foremost, the biggest deal in the City fan base now. We're honored and proud to be bringing celebrities to the channel now. I'm so happy. This channel keeps growing, and he's the face of Manchester City, guys. He's the face of Manchester City YouTube. He's the guy, the ginger 6'6" monster. And like LB, how you doing, mate?
Yo, big up, man. Yo, that tune was a banger. I can't lie.
It was.
All right, that was very good. Oh wait, where did you find that?
Someone made it for me. Big up Dimitri.
So someone made it specifically for you?
Yeah. You think I find stuff? People make stuff for me.
You're such a troll, bro.
I swear to God, someone made that for me. I swear. Big up Dimitri. Hey, don't ever fuck with the Russians. I'm telling you right now.
No, innit? That's fine.
Yeah, be careful what you say about Dimitri. Just telling you.
Shout out Dimitri, man. Heard he's a good guy, innit? Big up to you and your family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now that was a sick tune. Now I can't lie, bro. That was moving mad. You know what I mean?
It was. He made a Ray this track as well. He made a lot of tunes. Big up Dimitri, man. He could get your face on an AI tune as well soon if you fuck with him. So big up Dimitri. Love you, bro. Love. Joining us next on the channel, you get me. Draw. away at Anfield. But they're looking at Jokeres. They're looking at strengthening this summer with the best-looking Spanish manager. And like Ashraf is in the building. How are you doing, Ashraf, mate? We can't hear you. There you are. Experienced streamer. Unmute. You're not muted on StreamYard. You've muted the mic itself. No. Wallahi, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's the other mic. Yeah, look, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good song. It's definitely a banger.
It was a sick tune, bro.
It's 60
How this-
year.
It's definitely done by AI. By the way, you can literally ask AI to draft the lyrics and make a tune out of it. So there are AI websites that do that. So, but yeah, it's not a bad tune at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Taking it like a champ and like Igal on this. Joining us next, you get to be the biggest fraud in the city of Nottingham. He's here, representing Benghazi. How are you doing, Wolfie, mate?
I'm still getting over what you said.
What did I say?
Bro, how have you not heard of Breaking Bad?
I've heard of it. I've just not watched it.
Were you backstage, LB, when I said it?
Nah.
I said to him, you know what? It's been bugging me for weeks who LB reminds me of. And then it finally hit me today. Jesse from Breaking Bad.
I've had that
Yeah.
pure time.
Yeah, he had that.
Jesse Pink.
And he was like, what's Breaking Bad?
No,
And
I've watched Breaking Bad. I'm sorry, I've heard
You
of Breaking
never
Bad.
heard of it, bro. What are you
No,
talking
wallahi,
about?
I've heard of it. It's the bald guy who makes drugs, bro. I know Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
But I've
you
never watched
Googled it. You Googled it. yeah.
Wallahi, I didn't Google it. Wallahi, I didn't watch it.
Mhm.
I just
And
didn't watch
I'm
it.
good.
I
I'm
know
good.
it's
What are you
really-
saying? I hope, by the way, last week that you didn't make any lies about where I was. And you were honest.
What do you mean? What do you mean
Because I
lies?
couldn't make it last week because I was up in Manchester. I'm sure that's the narrative you spun, yeah?
Here we go, this fucking liar, bro. Anyway, big up to my guy Fonzie who says LB66 is weird. He moves like his. Ooh, Fonzie, damn.
Yo, you 6'6", LB, or was he?
Probably
I
good.
take that though. That's good, isn't it? People who move back to 5'2", like little Aiden Hazards and that. You know what I mean? So
The
I'm
center of gravity and that.
yeah, bro. I'd take that 100%.
Wait, you 6'6"?
No, I'm 6'3".
Why
How
the
tall
little?
are you?
Why the
Because
little?
I've clocked in at 6'4", innit? 6'4" is my PR, bro.
What, you've
How tall are
digressed.
you,
since then?
How tall are you, Wolfie?
I'm like 6'8".
You're a liar. You're the biggest liar.
I'm 6. I'm 6.
There is no way you're 6 foot. There's fucking
All right,
no
do you want me
way.
to stand up? You want me to stand up?
Wallahi, you're not. You're not. It's
Oh, it's going
impossible.
wallahi, is he?
It's impossible. You're 6 foot. It's
All
literally.
right, I'm not Yemeni, man.
Hassan, don't
Come
say
on,
wallah.
bro.
Don't say wallah. You never know, bro.
Exactly.
How tall are you?
5'9", 177. I don't know that. I think it's 5'9".
See, that's an honest man right there, unlike Wolfie lying.
Yeah, but he's probably got like Yemeni roots in him somewhere then if he's 5'9".
No, it doesn't have Yemeni roots.
Are you saying
must
that's?
be.
Are you saying that's stall or shot? What do you mean? What does that have to do with Yemen?
Man, all
I
my
do have
Yemeni
Yemeni roots,
friends-
by the way.
I knew it. I knew it, bro. I knew
Yeah.
it. There you
No,
go.
but wait,
man.
wait. Why did you say that? What's the
Bro,
relevance?
every Yemeni I know, man, they're like 5'6", 5'7". Tops.
I can't lie. I
I'm
ain't
not,
met a
I'm not
tall
5'6",
Yemeni my whole
5'7",
life.
though.
Yeah, that's why I
second. What
said
is
roots. I didn't say
5'6",
you're pure Yemeni.
I've never met a tall Yemeni once.
So there you go.
I'll be honest.
Five-
That's actually
yeah,
one time
5'9"
you're
or
actually
what.
right.
Yeah,
Once
there you go.
Yeah. My roots from the Moroccan side is Yemeni. You're right.
So I'm the second tallest on the stream. Fair.
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
You're not 6'1", man. Bro, if you shave your hair, you're
187
about
centimeters.
5'10", man.
187 centimeters exactly.
Yeah. Shave your hair and you're 5'10".
That is 6'1", yeah.
My hair is not tall, Habibi. It's just the hair. Come on. What's that like?
What are you showing us the size of?
1/6 of an inch. يا اخي عيب عليك والله استحي على وجهك. شايف كيف فضحت الليبيين بالشات. الاخ من ليبيا اخونا وولفي من ليبيا عزر علينا يا اخي شايف قدام الناس اهدى.
I said
Like-
I was just asking the question.
I'm Arab, حبيبي. There's no need to question that. Big up to Mr. Perfecto who says reports Wirtz talk to Liverpool. He's asked if £5 would do for a transfer. Wirtz replied no, they want 150 million. He was swiftly kicked out. That's way too long for a joke to bang. Like you need banging jokes. You have to be like cheeky one-liners. You know that's way too long. That's a paragraph. No one is reading a paragraph and then laughing. Like I'll be honest with you. Appreciate the super chat though. Big up to you, Mr. Perfecto. Come back with another one. That's actually funny. And big up to Fonzie as well. Listen, big up to everyone locked in. We were supposed to start with Forest, but we've had a bit of breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a little bit of a transfer saga going on. Florian Wirtz to City or Liverpool, because today, according to reports, he has met with the representatives of Liverpool Football Club as well. And actually, by the way, he could just say stuff you both and move to Bayern. Like, that's another thing that people are not even counting, because he's literally been linked to Bayern for the last like 6 months. So I don't know, to be honest, with what happens. Yesterday, obviously, face of Manchester City, LB was doing a stream at night talking about the whole Wirtz situation. Mods, let's get the likes up, guys. 700 people, yalla. Talk to me, LB. What do you think of this whole Wirtz situation? Do you believe we're gonna get him? Do you believe you're gonna get him? Do you believe he just ends up at Bayern?
Well, I don't think Liverpool are gonna get him. I don't even think like you're really in for him, to be honest with you. I feel this is maybe a bit of PR. I still think that his ideal move is to Bayern.
Yeah.
Of everything I've read. But I feel that Bayern are going to struggle to get the deal done this summer. And that's why throughout this whole thing over the last couple of months, you've always seen with Bayern Munich that, next year, next year. They're happy for him to stay there for another year, because for them, it's 150 million euros. And if you believe the rumours, apparently they're Bayern are trying to get him at 84 million pounds. So they're about 50 million pound off. So I think that if he wants to move now, I think he'll go City. But he might also just decide to stay at Leverkusen for a year and then go Bayern next year. Or Bayern somehow have to stump up that extra cash, which I'm not sure. And today, Bayern Munich have now been linked with Xavi Simons. That makes you think, are they now checking their B option? So I don't know, man. It's still up in the air. To be honest with you, the journalists on this have been so poor.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
You agree, innit? Like, bro, like they've been fucking 1 minute they're saying this, next minute they're saying that. One thing that I do think is I don't think Liverpool are going to get him. I don't think Liverpool are going to get him. I don't even think you're going to be. I don't even think you're going to be properly in for him. If I'm being completely honest, I just don't think you are.
I don't think they've got the pull you've got either, to be honest.
Bro, I just don't think that. I don't think that Liverpool are going to be looking at this deal and be like, that is one that we need to focus on. I just don't see it. I think this is maybe a little bit of PR to show the Liverpool fans that they're getting involved. But nah, have any journalists from the Liverpool guys confirmed it? Because the only one I saw was a German media.
I'll be honest with you. You said something like the journalists have been poor in this whole thing, and I agree with you completely, because there have been journalists that have come out and said that Florian Wirtz has not even met with City representatives to begin with. He's only met with Liverpool ones. And then there are journalists who are saying he's going to Bayern. So, like, I genuinely am confused on the situation. Some might say it's a possibility. Some might say we might be looking at him. But I'll be honest with you, given where our focus is as Liverpool Football Club, I genuinely do not think we're going to sign him. Like, some people say, oh, Sam, stop being so negative and stop being this. But I just don't see Florian Wirtz as a Liverpool type signing. Could it happen? Yes. I disagree with LB when he says I don't think it will happen. But like, looking at our budget for the summer and our focuses and like the main positions we're going to spend money on, I think we're going to spend the most money on a striker this summer. I think striker, forward line players, we will be dropping like the bag on. If you ask me right now, who do I think we're going to sign in the number 10? I actually think we're going to go for Cherki. I think we're going to sign Cherki from Lyon. I don't really think we're going to sign Wirtz. But I'll take it a step further. I don't think you will sign Wirtz either. I think Wirtz is going to do this whole thing. It's going to be PR. It's going to be drama for the next month. And then he's just going to end up joining Bayern Munich. I'm not even exaggerating. I really believe he's just going to end up at Bayern Munich. And you're going to end up looking at different targets. I think it's way too much money. And a player like that, usually players like that do end up going to Bayern, to be honest with you. Like the best players in the Bundesliga do end up going to Bayern Munich. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to take this a step further. I think 150 million or 100 million, even 120 million for Florian Wirtz is a shitload of overpaying. That he is definitely not worth that.
Well, what do you think he's worth?
I think Florian Wirtz is worth about 80. ATMs. I think he's worth about ATMs. What he can add, but he still has. Obviously, listen, I am not a Bundesliga expert. I don't watch Bundesliga week in, week out, right? But I do watch it every now and then because it's on beIN Sports. So if there is a game, like, I just keep it on in the background and I watch it. I still think he still has a lot of development left to go. Like, he still has a lot of development still
Of course
to
he
go.
does.
He's not.
He's 22 years
Who?
old.
Florian Wirtz.
The fact is, he's doing it right here.
Florian
right now.
Wirtz is already world class. Any team he goes to improves tremendously. I've watched him in at least 35 games last season, and maybe
It
only 10
doesn't make
this
him world
season.
class, bro.
That's mad.
Stop! I don't care about your stupid definition. We'll come to you. We will come to you, Mr. Seventh Spot. We'll come to you. I, in my opinion, just watching him from last season. Okay, even if he's not world class, he is one of the. I was asked if you have Odegaard at his peak from the last two seasons, is there any other player you would take right now and swap him with? I said Florian Wirtz, easy. The guy is a fantastic dribbler. The guy is a very good passer. He can shoot well. He links up. The best thing about him is that I don't like youngsters who rely too much on dribbling. You know when you can tell a youngster's matured? When he knows how to play the 1-2 quick passes, the 1-2 link up and stuff like that, which that for me shows a lot of maturity. He does that incredibly well. I genuinely think if he goes to Man City, he retire. Let's assume he's at Man City for like 10 years. I don't know. I think he retires at Man City, a bigger legend than KDB. Genuinely, I'm not even joking when I say this.
Bloody hell. That's a massive statement right there, Ashraf.
Florian Wirtz at this age is much better than what KDB was at that age. I can guarantee you that.
So
I'm saying his ceiling, in my opinion, is a lot higher. And I think Man City, with the right manager, I don't know what's going to happen to Pep, to be honest, but I'm assuming that he stays for a few years, I think can get him to that elite level very soon. Bro, KDB's best time when he was at Wolfsburg, in my opinion, which was incredible, and he won Player of the Year that year, is not as good as Florian Wirtz, in my opinion, last season. That's how good Florian Wirtz is.
why do you have to always?
Why are you so big on Wirtz? I don't get it. Like, we've always
Because
seen
I'm
him
telling you,
consistent.
I've watched him. I've watched him in almost every game last season, and I'm telling you, this guy is an incredible player. That's why when people tell me Musiala is clear for him, I just find that hilarious. I can agree that Musiala might be better. I don't think he is better. I think they're at the same level. I'd probably edge it to Wirtz. But anyone who says
Damn, you
Musiala
think Wirtz
is
is
clear,
better than Musiala?
I think he edges over Wirtz, over Musiala, because I think Musiala is an elite dribbler,
God.
but he misses a lot of chances, and I don't think he creates as good as Florian Wirtz. Maybe stats will disprove it, but at least but even if you think Musiala is better, he's not clear. 100%, he's not clear of Florian Wirtz, even if he is better. I generally think Florian Wirtz City makes incredible sense. Look,
I
if
think you're
Musiala,
the guy that rates Wirtz the highest out of everyone here. Like, obviously we rate Wirtz.
because I've watched him more than what you guys have watched him. That's
I'm
why.
with Ash. I think he's spot on.
No,
Wait, do you
I'm
think
not
he could leave a bigger
disagreeing.
legend than KDB?
No, well, that's just who knows. Who knows?
That's an example. That's a forecast. Yeah.
Fucking hell, LB.
Yeah, but no
Come
one
on,
here
man.
saying he's a bad player. What I don't get is why you're taking him to world class straight away. That's the thing. Like,
Well,
why?
he's
By the
down
way,
there,
okay. Let's
Scottish.
let's use Wolfie's logic. He is world class because not only has he been doing it for the last 2-3 seasons, he's also won the Bundesliga.
He's won
undefeated.
trophies.
He's also won. He's also
Bundesliga
won
is
the
not a
DFB.
trophy; it's a shield.
He won the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal undefeated with Leverkusen, not with Bayern Munich. With Leverkusen.
Yeah, he won a
right?
shield, bro.
So-
he won a shield.
He's got you, Ash.
What?
He's
The
got you,
Bundesliga.
Wolfie. Wolfie's got you.
He
Yeah.
hasn't
He's got-
because I don't see the Bundesliga as a major.
Nah,
That's
now you're
just
just
my
being,
opinion.
now you're just being
Oh,
shame.
my
man.
opinion.
So full of shit.
Oh come on,
sometimes,
man!
bro.
Now, what you gonna tell me? The Scottish trophy is a freaking major as well. Come on, what are you doing here, man?
Yeah, but
You're
different.
comparing the
It's different
Bundesliga
with,
with
like
Fucking
Celtic.
Hearts win it, yeah, then yeah, obviously
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
hard to win it. Yeah, exactly.
Leverkusen, that's
Let's
the first
do it.
Bundesliga
Again.
they've ever won in their history.
In their
Okay.
history, by the way.
So if Forest won the league, that would make Morgan Gibbs White world class
No,
in the Bundesliga. Okay,
Wirtz
so
was
If he's
Wirtz
done it for
was
many
doing
seasons,
bits, bro.
depends.
2 seasons. Look, all I'm saying is he is an outstanding, exceptional player. But fucking hell, why you got to jump it to this?
That's fine. That's fine. If you don't think he's world class, that's fine. But the fact is, yeah, this guy's delivering the goods right now. He's been delivering the goods for a number of years, and he is worth it. I think he's worth the money. I'd pay it all day long. I think it's, you know, if you get him in for like 120 million quid, you know, yeah, I think you're cooking, mate. I really, really do.
But he doesn't go Liverpool. No way.
He don't go Liverpool. I agree, he don't go Liverpool.
I
Why?
don't think he goes to Liverpool. I'm
Because
not.
he
Well,
doesn't
let's
have
be
the
honest,
ball.
yeah. Let's be honest, yeah, as well. If Liverpool was serious, yeah, wouldn't a slot be there? Wouldn't slot like it'd be for partying, getting steam on?
Come on, you can't use that as an excuse. Fucking hell, don't be that shameless.
Not an
Andy. You're a
excuse.
lot better.
It's reasoning.
You're a
If-
lot
if-
better than this, bro. Bro, we won the league. Let the people party a little bit. Fucking hell, you.
I'm saying let the guy party. I'm saying if
Yeah.
you're going in, this is going to be the biggest transfer of the summer. You agree?
Which one, Wirtz?
Wirtz.
I disagree.
Who's a bigger transfer than Wirtz this summer?
Isak.
Isak's not going anywhere, bro.
I still think that we could
Gyökeres.
tempt him to leave.
Gyökeres.
No,
You think
Gyökeres
Wirtz
is
will
not
get
bigger
talking
than
in
Wirtz.
fee, or
No, no,
you talking-
Gyökeres
Gyökeres
is
is
not
not bigger
Isak
than Wirtz.
level.
No,
No,
are you
Gyökeres
talking
is
about
Isak not
fee?
bigger than Wirtz.
Are you talking about fee, or are you talking
Gyökeres
about
is
like
100%
height?
not bigger than Wirtz. Let's stop this.
No, Wolfie's saying impact, like not
No, I'm
impact, like which
talking
signing
about
is like
the
is
scale,
the biggest
scale of
signing.
the signing.
The scale of exactly.
Yeah, but
I
are you
think
talking
Wirtz
about
would
the
be number
biggest
one.
value signing you took in
Not
height?
number one, number two.
Well, it will be the biggest
Hype.
value, and also it is just their biggest hype signing right now.
Yeah.
So why on
No,
earth,
I do
if
agree with
Liverpool are
Hussam. I think
serious,
Isak
why
to
would Slot
Liverpool.
be Ibiza? He'd be being serious, wouldn't he? He's not. So I don't think Liverpool are in for him.
Stop making unnecessary comparisons to shit that makes no sense. Slot
It makes
being in
perfect
Ibiza. Slot being in Ibiza. By the way, if you read the reports itself, it said that Wirtz met with City representatives, not Pep, because Pep was away. Yes or no? So Pep
He's
is
also
not
said he
serious.
spoke to Pep Guardiola on the phone multiple times.
He could have spoken to Slot on the phone.
Have you had any reports to that?
No, but you just said
Oh,
the journalists have been shit.
so we'll just create things.
You said
then.
the
We'll just
journalists have
lie.
been shit on the topic.
We'll just lie and just
You
create
said
things
it
that
yourself.
actually haven't been reported. I'm going off actual stuff that's been reported. You're just going off stuff that's not been reported.
This guy just said 30 seconds ago, the journalists have been shocking. And then you say, when I tell you that he hasn't met Pep or Slot, you're like, why is Slot on vacation?
So you think if Liverpool was serious, you think Slot would be getting Steamo in Ibiza?
Yes, because it has nothing to do with the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally has nothing to do with the conversation. It literally has absolutely nothing to do with the
I think
conversation.
that's ridiculous.
You're just being a fraud. Just being
So
a
you
fraud.
think you're going to get him?
No, I already said I don't think we will.
Why don't you think Liverpool are going to sign him?
Not because we're unserious, because I just think we're going to spend more money in other positions.
So why are you speaking to him then?
Because he might be someone of interest. It depends on the price tag. It depends on different things. What if Leverkusen want a
You know the
Liverpool
price tag.
player?
Why do you need to speak to Florian Wirtz's dad to work out the price tag? That's got nothing to do with him. It's
Yeah, but you've
Leverkusen's.
still got to convince the player. You want to know why? So we don't have another
So
Caicedo.
you try to
side.
convince the player. Basically, you agree that this is about convincing the player.
What?
So you agree
What?
that this is about convincing the player for Liverpool.
No, of course you have to convince the player because we can't have again
It's a
what
wise
was happening.
idea for Slot to be in Ibiza getting Steamo, or should
This
he
has
be?
nothing to do with it because Guardiola didn't meet with Wirtz. Stop gaslighting.
But he's spoken to on the phone multiple times.
Okay, I can tell you as well. According to Christian Falk, he spoke to Slot. So now what?
Where? Link me.
According to Falk, he spoke to Slot.
Where
Look
is
it up.
this?
Look it up.
Bring
Google
it
Someone
it.
up.
said it in the chat. Yeah,
Bring
someone
it-
said
Oh,
it in the
someone said
chat.
it on the chat. Oh,
Yeah, someone said it in the
oh,
chat.
it must
Because
be
you're
true.
making
Somebody
irrelevant
said it
points,
in the
LB.
chat.
You're making such
Oh.
irrelevant points and you're
Oh.
gaslighting.
No,
Sorry,
well,
guys.
no, he makes an interesting point. Because let me ask you this. Let's just say Wirtz wants to come to the Premier League. Okay, and let's say you both put 100 mil on the table, 200k wages. Who does he choose in a straight shootout?
City.
Yep, I agree.
If Klopp was there, I would have leaned a bit more towards Liverpool because of the German connection, yada yada. But now I think he picks City.
The truth is,
You
yeah,
agree,
Liverpool have failed quite a number of times now to land signings.
Because
You
they
know,
don't have the pull they think they have.
Hussam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, I have to say this. You know, I have nothing but love and respect for you, my brother. But we have to start saying, I think Liverpool have pull. Of course, they have pull. They are the one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in England, one of the biggest clubs in the world. But the fact that over the last couple of years, or even if the last 10 years, you have lost certain signings to other
Chelsea.
clubs,
Chelsea.
right? I don't think that questions your pull. I think maybe that just questions your ability to get certain players over the line. I know you beat United to Gakpo. I know you beat United to there's another player you were competing with them for. I know you got Darwin Núñez.
Darwin
Maybe
Núñez.
fair. But if I look at the fact that we managed to pull Zubimendi over you guys, Chelsea, for whatever reason, I agree that Caicedo and Lavia made a mistake. But the point is, Chelsea still managed to get it over the line than you guys did. And you might say, hey, we're better than Arsenal and Liverpool now. Sorry, Arsenal and Chelsea now, which is completely fair. You are better. You've won 2 league titles. But that means you should have even more pull. The reality is when you are better, you haven't done that. And when you are not better, if you remember, like when we both competed for Alexis Sanchez, to be honest, actually, even that time you were better because you just competed for a league and lost it towards the end. We still managed to pull him. I think your ownership or your whoever it is just need. I don't know why they cannot get certain deals over the line when they're competing
They don't
with
have
like.
the pull. City have more pull. Arsenal.
No, they have
more
pull. Obviously, they have.
I'm
pull,
not saying
but-
they don't have pull. I'm saying City have more pull. Arsenal have more pull. Chelsea have more pull. And Hussam should
The
be
reality is,
big
I don't
enough to
know.
admit this.
I don't know if we have more pull or if we just have people who do the job better. Because for me, it's difficult to imagine like if there is unless the wages come into play, which I don't think it's the case. If Liverpool and Arsenal are competing, why would Arsenal get a player over
Because you've also
Liverpool
got
like
London
Zubimendi?
tax as well.
London, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but why would City get it over Liverpool when there's no London tax?
Well, who we gone head to head for a player? Have we gone head to head for a player?
No, I'm just saying, I think you would.
We have gone head to head for a player before, and that's
Van
Virgil van
Dijk?
Dijk, and he's chosen us.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened. That's shit.
And City have lost out a target to Arsenal as well. Declan Rice.
City paid City
Declan Rice.
put
Yeah.
for Van Dijk.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Yalla, cope, LB. Cope.
It's on the
Here we go.
documentary. It clearly shows it. They
Here
don't
we
want to
go.
go.
Let's
anywhere near
all
it.
cope together. Yeah, City did not want Van Dijk. We're just making shit up now.
They did.
But
want
you
it, and they
still
weren't
haven't
prepared to
answered
pay
the
money, which
question,
was
Hassan.
hell.
He's literally the perfect Pep centre back. Allow it, bro.
But Hussam, do you agree that they have more pull than you?
I think this thing with pull, like Ashraf has said it best. I don't think it's a lack of pull. Like I don't think it's a problem with pull. I think it's an executional problem because this has happened many times. So I don't think it's like the fact that Liverpool are an attractive club or we can't attract players, because we clearly can. Because you won't even be linked to Florian Wirtz if you're not attractive. Like, let's just be honest here, right? Like it's not like he's linked to Crystal Palace and everyone's like, oh wow.
Mbappe said he spoke to Liverpool when he was at PSG.
Yeah, Mbappe said he spoke to Liverpool before. So
Yeah.
like obviously we do have pull to attract some of the best players. I think the problem is the ownership might not seem as serious and is not as ambitious as the City owners. And there is a serious lack of issue like regarding just ambition in general. I think there's an executional problem at Liverpool. I think we have a problem executing these like big transfers and stuff. Like that's what I think. I don't think it's a pull issue. Like even from an execution perspective, think about the whole Caicedo saga, by the way, which we all lived through it. We all saw what happened. Any club with serious executional skills would have spoken to the player first before you, like if you know you have the 150 million ready, you speak to Caicedo first before you make it known, before you tell Ornstein to tweet it out and all that stuff. So for me, I do think we have pull. I do think we're attractive. I just think we have a lack of execution. And right now that Hughes and Edwards are back, I hope that helps us from that perspective execute a bit better, to be honest with you. That's the thing. So I think we do have to execute better in the transfer window. And we will see what happens this summer. This could be one of the summers where we make like one big transfer where everyone goes like, okay, these guys are spending money in a certain position. I just don't think it will be on Wirtz. That's just what I honestly think. Like, I don't think we're going to drop that
big
money.
name you're going to get. Like I've already seen hundreds linked with Man U big names, hundreds with Arsenal, with Man City. Liverpool?
I'll tell you something with Man United. I wanted to go and check this after the stream and see I'm saying something true. By the way, guys, we have 1,200 people in here. We're on 200 likes. You want us to discuss pull? You can't even pull down the chat and hit the like button. Hit the like button, you frauds, right now. Everyone, please hit the like button and subscribe before I get Dimitri to cook your ass in an AI video. So please like and subscribe. The player that we are linked with the most, like a big time player, is Alexander Isak. That's the one that we've been looking at heavily.
Okay, that's the worst example you could use.
Why is that the worst example?
I'll tell you why. Because he won't leave
Why?
Newcastle for Liverpool, and you're going to look even dumber.
Says who?
He's not leaving Newcastle.
I
Yeah, but
doubt
says
he
who?
leaves Newcastle for Liverpool.
Says
Says
the
who?
people in the chat. I'll use your source.
I didn't say according to people in the chat. I said
That was
according
good
to
one, that
Christian
one, that
Falk.
one.
I said according to Christian Falk. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
Wait,
'cause
wait,
LB
do you think that he will leave Newcastle? One, do you think you will offer
Man
enough
said
money?
Wolfie bomba.
Big time, man.
Exactly.
Do you think you will
Just
offer
because I
enough
said,
money?
you know?
Do you think you'll offer enough money to pull him out of Newcastle? And then secondly, do you think he would choose you over Newcastle? I don't think either is yes.
Yeah, I agree with
First
you.
of all, both are yes, because literally us winning the Champions League group stages has given us 100 million, and us winning the Premier League has given us 180 million in bonuses alone in money. So
Are you
money
gonna
is not
pay
an issue this
140
summer.
million,
We do have
150
money
million
to spend.
Are you going to pay 140 million?
I think we are capable of executing the Isak transfer.
That's not the question.
I
How
think
much
we
do you
can. We
How
can
much
get
do you think
Isak
it
over the
would
line.
take to get him out of Newcastle?
How much do I think it will cost to get him out of Newcastle? 120.
Nah,
No.
no.
I think 120 they sell. I think this whole
No.
140, 150 thing is
Why
just
would they sell? They don't need to sell. For a
No, it's
start.
not even about need to sell or not. I think Isak might ask to leave. Because we're all acting like Newcastle are this gigantic club, guys. They just want a Carabao Cup. That's it. It's like, let's not act like, you know, whoa, wow, Newcastle. Oh my God. Like,
No,
it's just a
that's not
Carabao
what we're
Cup.
saying. We're saying that Newcastle's owner could put your owners in their pocket and they'd get lost in terms
Yes,
of the
true.
difference
But
in
now there are
finance,
FFP
yeah?
rules and PSR rules. There's not City 15 years ago.
No,
You can't go and drop
That
200
doesn't
million.
matter.
There's
That
a
doesn't
reason
matter.
why. There's a reason why Newcastle couldn't spend money last summer because of the rules.
Yeah, but
Because
now
they
apparently
make
they
1%
can. They
of
can
the
add to
revenue
the
the big
team now.
clubs do.
I
It's
just
just
don't
the
know
fact.
why
That's not
Isak
true.
would leave to go to you this summer.
To win a league, to win a Champions League, why you think?
He could do that on
Because
Newcastle next season.
I think if I was Isak, and I've
He could
said
do
this
that in
plenty of
Newcastle
times
5
before.
years from now. He's
Wait
going
a
to be
sec, right? If
31.
I was Isak, yeah, the guy's what, like 25, 26 years old. He's got 3 years left of his contract, right? For me, I'd just sit. I wouldn't sign a new contract, yeah. So Newcastle fans as well. I wouldn't sign a new contract. I'd sit there for another year, run it down to 2 years, see what Bayern Munich are doing with Kane, see what Barcelona are doing with Isak, yeah. And then if it was me, I'd be looking at one of those two teams, probably Barca, yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you go? Well, I just don't understand why you'd go Liverpool now. Liverpool is not guaranteed trophies.
I agree.
I mean, we're literally guaranteed trophies because we win every year.
You're not guaranteed the majors, are you?
No, but we do win trophies every year. You can't beat Arsenal with a
So-
stick and then beat me with a different stick just because you feel like.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. He could go Bayern or he could go Barca and win major honours.
Okay, we've won a Champions League in the last 6 years,
Oh
more
my
recently
God.
than
I'm not saying you
Barcelona.
don't win anything. I'm saying he could go there.
But I'm
and farm
debunking your
trophies.
point. You're just angry. I said we've won
No,
a Champions
you
League
said
more recently than
guaranteed.
Barcelona.
When
Listen
did you
to
win
what
a
I said.
Champions League?
2019. When's the last time Barca won it? 2015. Now
Right,
what?
when was the last time they won La Liga? They win La Ligas on quite.
They're going to win it this year, and we've won it this year.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying you won 2 Premier Leagues.
I think us and Barca both have 2 and 5 because Atleti has 1 and Madrid has 2 in the last.
You would go Barcelona rather than play for Liverpool, obviously.
Who's more likely to win their league domestic?
In the last 5
competition
years,
next year?
they've won 2 La Ligas, we've won 2 Prems.
You don't think you'd rather pick Barcelona than Liverpool?
No, I don't know that for a fact.
Right,
Bro,
so you
he'll
got
pick
Trent out
Arsenal
here,
over Liverpool. You don't
born-and-bred
think he'll pick
Scouser
Barca?
who leaves
Arsenal
the
are
club on
not
a
more
free and goes
attractive
to
than
Real
Liverpool.
Madrid, but you think Isak would rather play for Liverpool than Barcelona?
I think there is a world where Isak can play more for Liverpool than Barcelona. 100%. Why not?
Well, if he does that, then he's an idiot.
You're
in my
living
opinion.
in
I
this
doubt it,
copium
He's
club.
not. I mean, but the Barcelona and La Liga is not what it was 10, 15 years ago.
Barcelona, bro.
No, but they're getting back to that level. Imagine you have to play with Yamal and Pedri and all these
And
other guys.
Kubarsi
I don't know.
and
Didn't Trent want
Araujo.
to go
Yeah.
and play?
Stegen.
Why
I
did
mean-
Trent want to go and
Can I
play in
keep
the
going?
Liga then?
No, you can keep going. There's Kunde and Gavi and Fermin Lopez and Rafinha. Like I haven't
Fine.
mentioned Rafinha for.
And there's
Like,
Salah
I don't-
and Van Dijk and Gravenberg and McAllister and
Yeah, but the
Alisson.
difference-
Salah and Van Dijk at the
Sam-
end of the careers, man.
Yeah, exactly, Hussam. The difference is
So
he can
what?
look
If
at
you're
Pedri
Isak,
and
you can
Yamal.
play with Salah for 2 more years, minimum.
So why did Trent go to the Liga?
Yeah, but
then?
with
Go play with Yamal. He's a better player anyway than Salah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you just like the Rodrigo thing, and then you ate your words after. You're like, I'm sorry, mate. Saka's better.
Well, we know.
Fucking
Well,
hell.
Yamal's a
Yeah,
good
you
player.
just changed your mind after. Barcelona scored 8 goals against Inter. He was involved in one of them. Stop it. Allow it. He's not better than Salah. Salah's definitely better.
He's
than
better
Yamal.
than Salah.
No, he's
He's
not.
the best player in the
No,
world.
he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Rance is not going to call it to work with him. I promise you. So anyway, back to the topic. I do think Florian Wirtz ends at Bayern. After all this drama, I'll be honest. I think me and you
By
are
the
both
way,
wasting our time.
this thing of him staying, because I know LB mentioned it earlier. Oh, if I were him, I would stay. He's 100% not going to stay. Now that Xabi Alonso's gone, and
Yeah, I
Frimpong
think he's
is
gonna
also
leave,
linked to
100%.
leave,
So
and all
do you
these
think
guys,
that Bayern
he's
pay the money?
not
then?
going to stay.
Do you think Bayern put 150 million euros on?
I think if Bayern don't put the money, I think 100% he goes to City.
Yeah, but you know what
100%.
happens usually? This is like the Italian league and the Juve thing. Like they'd want to sell him 120 to the Prem clubs, but they'd want to sell him like 80 to Bayern. You know how this works. Come on.
Yeah, so it's 150 million for Bayern. Do you think Bayern Munich pay 150 million for Wirtz? That's what I'm asking you.
I think they get him for less. I don't think they pay 150 million to get him. I think they get him for less.
That's not what Leverkusen are saying.
Yeah, but Leverkusen, it's like when Newcastle are saying, lots of teams can say a lot of things. I remember when West Ham they put 150 million on Declan Rice as well. We got him for 105. So if push comes to shove, especially if Leverkusen know, and it's sad to say this because they were amazing last season, they were good this season as well, but especially if they know that golden time of 2 years only is coming to an end. Now that their manager is gone, Frimpong is going, Wirtz wants to leave. If they know that's happening, they'd probably just rather get that 110 million instead of risking getting less money.
So you can get that from City. So why would you sell him to Bayern?
Yeah, they would prefer to sell him to City.
I agree. They will obviously want to sell him to the highest bidder. But what I'm saying is, if he really wants Bayern more, they will probably settle for a little less with Bayern if that's what he's really pushing.
No,
the thing is, what I do know, and Zier can confirm this, from what I've read, Leverkusen are trying to do their best to make sure he doesn't go to Bayern Munich. So that's where City have an advantage.
Exactly.
Yes, that's
so
what
they
I'm
would
saying.
sell him
Why would they
cheaper.
lower the price?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the only way they lower the price is if Wirtz is pushing to make a move to Bayern, which Zier can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he is. I think he is as open to City as he would to
I
Bayern.
think he will, and that's my point. I think eventually he's gonna do the whole like German player dream to play for Bayern Munich thing.
So do you
It is a
think
dream for
that
them,
Bayern
yeah.
Munich pay the 150, or do you think?
But they've done this.
Leverkusen-
They've done this with everyone, bro. Like even growing up my whole life, bro. They've done this with like Klose, Podolski, like Kroos, like every player.
No, but this is a big money one, and obviously, this is coming out of Leverkusen's side. So do you think Leverkusen basically crack under pressure and go back on what they said, or do you think that Bayern stump up the cash?
I do think Bayern can afford him. Definitely, they make a lot of money. I think they can afford him. Plus, if you think about it from this perspective, playing Wirtz and Musiala in the same team, that's literally the national team right there. That's the German national team. Like, it's like the dream, if you would like. You know, that's the thing. So, I think this is going to be one of the things that Leverkusen maybe use a little bit as PR to kind of drive up his price tag to kind of convince Bayern to pay more. Like, that's what I think. You know, they're just going to try to just milk the shit out of Bayern Munich and get as much money as possible. Like, every single big German player in my life, bro, like, has played for Bayern Munich. Like, Kroos, Neuer, Klose, Podolski, like, the golden generation, all of them, bro. All of them have been attracted by Bayern. It's just the truth. And that's why I think, like, it's like a childhood dream for any German youngster to end up playing at Bayern Munich. You know, go play next to Musiala, play next to, like, whoever, Sané, like, the national team players and shit. I think he's gonna end up going there, to be honest.
Do you imagine their team, man? You got Wirtz in there, Musiala, Elise. Like, this is a tasty looking team right now.
That's a good team.
Yeah.
And I think Kane still has at least 2 years left, which means their striker is also fine for the next 2 years. That is a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The manager is not as good, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The manager is not as good.
To be honest, I could manage that team, let's be real, and win the Bundesliga. But
yeah, but they don't care about that. They care about Champions League. Like, that's how they judge success or failure. They don't look at Bundesliga as much.
The one thing that might work against Bayern is the fact that Kompany is their manager.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Yeah.
Okay, I
But
apologize.
Hassam is right, by the way. Like the German thing is a real. You know how people grow up playing for Real Madrid or Bayern? I think a lot. Sorry, or Barca. I think a lot of these Germans actually grow up dreaming to play for Bayern.
Yeah, for
It's the
Bayern Munich.
only
Yep.
team that
But is
controls like
that
that. So,
really that true? If you're a
Yeah,
I don't
who's
know,
the biggest like
Wolfsburg
superstar
fan?
to come out of Germany in the last 20 years?
But
Balak?
I'm just saying, if you're like a
Germany,
Wolfsburg fan or something, wouldn't you be dreaming of playing for that team? Like, I couldn't imagine.
no, but then okay, but then by that logic, look at players like Godze, Hummels, who came
Yeah,
back
but
to
I'm saying
Dortmund
I
later,
don't get that
but they
logic.
left a back-to-back winning Bundesliga team.
Yeah, to join.
Lewandowski's fine. Yeah, Lewandowski's fine. Okay, he's Polish, fair enough. He's not from the Dortmund academy, but Hummels and Godze, that was I don't know. Godze's not from the academy, I know, but
Are these
it's still
all
a big staff.
Bayern fans? Is what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't imagine.
No, I'm
some
not saying
kid-
they're all Bayern fans. I'm saying it's the dream for them to end up.
Yeah,
there.
but it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can imagine a kid in London who supports West
No,
Ham
but
or something.
you can't compare English.
It's a
football
different
to
culture,
German
I think.
football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different culture, I
In
think.
Germany, you've
And-
got that one massive club in Bayern
Exactly.
Munich, and then you've got like a load of other mid-sized, like good level clubs, big clubs, but like nowhere near the level of Bayern. Whereas in England, you've got loads of big clubs all over the gaff. You've got 2 fucking Champions Leagues, mate.
Facts.
Exactly. Forest have 2 Champions Leagues, and you're in the championship for 23 years.
Arsenal have
So,
that.
so the culture in itself is different, completely. In you know, we have an Arabic saying. We have an Arabic saying, Wolfie, ديكو 19 دجاجة. That's literally the Bundesliga. One
Yeah,
rooster, 19 chickens.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying it's weird.
Hey, if you think it's weird, fair enough. I think there were a few exceptions to the rule in the last 20 years, maybe like a Gundogan or a Ozil, but other than that, everyone's just played for Bayern at some point in time. Didn't Sami Khedira play for Bayern as well?
It
Who?
was Khedira. It was
No,
Khedira.
no,
Then
he
he
played
played
for
for Bayern.
Stuttgart. No, he
I
played for
don't
Stuttgart,
remember
and then he
Played for
moved to Real
Stuttgart.
Madrid.
Yeah.
And they also don't have like a hate culture as much, right? I remember, my first Champions League away day, Bayern Munich, at half time, right? They put the scores up of the other games in the Champions League up, on the board. And Schalke was beating Chelsea 1-0 in the Champions League, right? And all the Bayern fans turned to City fans and started like cheering for Schalke and like jeering us. And I was like, bro, we'll join in it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect me to like be caring about Chelsea or something? They're like, what the hell? And it's just like I don't think they've got that hate culture as much.
Animosity. They don't have the animosity.
Whereas like we hate each other. It's like when I see people on Twitter, it's like, oh, why are English fans not supporting Arsenal in the Champions League? It's like,
Yeah. We don't have that
What are you
culture.
talking
They
about,
do.
mate? Yeah, get the fuck out of here, mate.
There
yeah?
was a little bit of that back in the day, like in school, it'd be like, oh, I'm backing anyone in the league, in the Champions League, because they're English and all this crap. There was a little bit of
When
that.
did this change then? So you said
I would say it was late 90s. It changed, late 90s. Like in terms of the whole British thing, that kind of died down a bit. The nationalism of it all in terms of football, to a case of I don't want these bastards winning anything if it ain't my team. It's true.
By
though,
the
isn't
way,
it?
you
By the
want
way,
more
I
evidence
never
of
bought
this?
into that narrative. I was like, I don't want to see an English team win it if it's not mine. Give it to Ray.
By the way, you want more evidence of? I don't know if LB will be the exception to the norm, but I'm gonna ask him anyways as the only English person here. LB, which team do you care about more, your country or your club?
Club.
Yeah, probably a club, yeah.
Exactly. If I guarantee, if you ask a lot of Germans, like, when it
National
comes
team.
to national team, like I know a
because
couple
there's
of Germans
only
that I
one
grew up with
global
here.
team. There's only one global team there, man. Come on. Like Dortmund were
What do you
their
mean?
feeder club for years. It's a case of
Yeah,
one
but deep what you just
No,
said.
but I'm
The
saying
second-
even
the
like
second biggest
Mönchengladbach
club in
fans,
that
Dortmund
country
fans.
is a feeder club to the biggest club, which is why me saying Wirtz is going to end up at Bayern is not crazy at all.
Yeah, but that's like saying to me or another Libyan saying like, which do you care about more, Libyan national team or
Forest.
Yeah, it's like it's not.
Yeah,
even
which
a
one?
debate. Bro, I couldn't even
Well-
name you a player in the Libyan team. It's probably someone called Muhammad. And that'd be me guessing.
Yeah, but you've just been, westernized. You're not like, you forgot how to speak Arabic.
No, I don't think any Premier League fan would. If you said to LB, win the league. Let me ask you this one, LB. Next season, Man City do the treble, or England win the World Cup?
Oh, fucking hell.
Good question, isn't it?
The World Cup makes it tough, innit? If it was a Euros, it'd definitely be City. But the World Cup makes it tough, man.
But see the difference. He's saying it makes it tough. If you
He's
ask me or
thinking.
Hussam,
I
if
wouldn't
you ask
think.
me or Hussam, I'm not even thinking. 100% my country wins the World Cup anytime over Arsenal winning
100% Jordan win the World Cup. 100%.
because you
Not
know
for
what
me,
that
man. Give
means for
Forest
our
the treble.
country. Yeah, but I think for LB and for anyone who, again, but I want to say maybe because the country is big and they're good in football and they've won a World Cup before, but I don't think Germans think that way. I don't think Italians win that way. I don't even think Brazilians think that
Go
way.
on, Martin. Tell that ginger bastard. Go on. Go on, Martin.
Exactly.
Bro. Go on.
Exactly.
Fucking bro.
Now, if I said to
There's a lot more
LB,
tribalism in
There you
England
go.
for sure.
There you go. Look, proper mank. Don't be like these southern softies, bro. Come on, bro. Big up.
I agree with him. It's Forest for me every day. Forget Libya, forget Scotland, where I was
Why are you moving
actually
like a
born.
southern softie, LB? What's this, bro? What happened to the spirit of the north inside you? You're supposed to have that spirit of
It
a
probably would
northerner.
be City, to be fair. It doesn't help that
Why are you
England
moving
played
like
Oh, now
these
he's got
southern
scared of
softies,
Martin. Now
bro?
he's got scared of
Come on,
Martin.
man.
No,
Come
I'd
on,
say
man.
the problem is it doesn't help that England all play the games at Wembley, man, because it just means anyone from fucking North just never sees England other than on TV.
I thought Wembley was your second home, you're telling me, when we were about to
Yeah,
play
for
that.
City, innit? But again,
Mm.
like, you know, Wembley's fucking like no one's going watching England versus San Marino at fucking Wembley, mate.
But no one went
Last
to watch
season,
City
Jordan
from
were in the
City.
Asian Cup final and Liverpool were in a title race. They asked me, which would you rather? I said Jordan win the Asian Cup. Because I've never seen it before, ever.
But,
I've seen
it's such, let's be real, the Middle Eastern teams, man.
But
they
it's not even about seeing it, guys. I've never seen Arsenal win a Champions League. But if you tell me Arsenal win a Champions League or Morocco winning the World Cup, Arsenal winning the Champions League is like ecstatic for like a year, 2, 3. Morocco winning the World Cup is history defining. It actually changes your whole country, by the way. It genuinely will change the whole country. Like,
Don't have it, LB.
If England won the World Cup, yeah, or even the Euros, trust me, it would pop off, mate. Yeah, I was in Manchester, yeah, the day we got beat off Italy, and it was banging, bro. Like, everyone was just in the streets, drinking in the streets, the tunes were on, and we got beat. Like, you imagine if we won, bro, like, it would be unbelievable. It'd be unreal, man.
I get it. You'd see a bigger parade than you see when City won something. I get that. But I still think you would choose City first, man.
Yeah,
I'm
probably
like
so.
that as well, Jack. Unfortunately, Tom Little is not. That's why I'm a true representation of the Scouse people. Unlike Tom.
You're a
that-
representation of the Scouts.
I'm actually a I promise you right now, ask the people in the chat who's a bigger Scouser, me or Tom Little, they'll tell you me. I promise you. Chat, who's a bigger Scouser, me or Tom Little? Chat, who acts more Scouse, me or Tom Little? There are actual
give me-
Scousers in the chat to tell you.
Yo, give me
Tom.
some Scouser slang, please.
You want some chicken, lad?
That's-
I want some chicken and a can of Coke. There you go. There you are. See?
That's funny thing
How
I've heard
are
all day,
we,
man.
lad? How
I
are we?
saw Tom's scream when he was defending the city of Liverpool for the criticism of people about Trent booing. He was
You
That was
sound
the
more
first time he actually
Mancunian
scouted
than you
for
do
you.
Scouts there, Hussein, by the
Because
way.
he goes to Terry and he tells Terry Scholes is better than Gerrard. Directly, he's not a Scouser anymore.
He said that.
Yeah, and also Tom Little was riding David's neck. Let me
Pause.
expose it. This is just typical Tory behavior right here. That ain't Scouts.
Yeah,
This
but
is
that
Tory.
doesn't make you more Scouts.
That's
As
not
if he
Scouts.
said, so that's the Liverpool fan saying Scholes better than Gerrard, yeah.
It's just Tom because he's a
that
woman.
is the first time I've ever heard it.
Bro,
by
I've
the way.
never
The
heard
first
that,
time I
man.
heard
I
a
can't
Liverpool
even
fan
lie.
say-
Yeah, no,
I
he's
have
woman.
Gerrard above Scholes, man, and I'm not even involved in this conversation.
Yeah, facts. I think it's just because he's on the payroll. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Let me just grab these super chats for a move on to talk about the trees drawing to Leicester, and we're gonna be discussing as well a bit of Arsenal. So stick around, guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Big up to Mr. Perfecto. I think Liverpool get Frimpong and Sherky. I do agree with that. I do think we are going to be getting Frimpong.
Do you not think you're
Sherky,
going
I
to get
Like your level.
Simmons? I reckon you're going to go for Simmons.
yeah, I think we. There's a bigger chance we go for Simmons than what's his name than Wirtz. Simmons is
agree.
more of like an us signing. Than
That's
Wirtz.
more your level. That's more your level.
Tear down, basically.
No, it's not tear down. He's a fantastic
It
player
is.
as well.
It is a tear down. It
It
is
is.
a tear down. You don't need to try and justify it.
Fair,
It's
fair,
okay to
fair.
put your hands up and say that's your level.
Simmons
It's
is
fine.
definitely a tier down. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
he's a
that's
very
fine.
good player though. He's an amazing
good
player.
player.
but
Yeah,
not-
he's an amazing player. I have to
Yeah.
upgrade on Soboslai, mate. That's what I care about. So let's just upgrade first, and then we'll take it from there. And we'll see who plays better in the Premier League. You never know. You never know. No one thought 4 years ago when Chelsea got Werner and we got Jota that Jota would do significantly better. According to big up to Jack, who says, according to all rivals, we're absolutely skint and we'll spend 10 million max on players in the summer. You better pray we don't pull fingers out slot machine, is what Jack's saying. I do definitely think we're going to spend money this summer. I think we're going to have a big summer. We haven't had a big summer in a while. This one's going to be different. Big up to Mr. Perfecto, who says, Wirtz passing vision is miles beyond any 22-year-old at the moment. Actually, here we go. Ryan Shirky has more chances created than any under 21 player in Europe. I know Wirtz is 22, not 21, but I'm just
Yeah, so it
saying.
doesn't count. Then.
But
For
Wirtz
me
is a better
personally,
player.
I think Shirky's ceiling is incredibly high. Like, I would fucking love that guy. I think his technique is like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 technique. Shirky technically is next level, to be honest with you. So,
He's a good player.
how many FFP charges come with signing Wirtz? 131. One more charge.
I don't know about 100 on him.
Period.
I'm not bothered.
To be fair, I'm not even taking the piss. City have to convince these stars they're not playing against Wrexham next season or banned altogether. So Jack is saying.
And they will. They'll do that.
Yeah, that could be a part of the conversation, 100%. Can never deny that. I'd still believe LV if I saw Edwards and Hughes in Ibiza. Slot is off his head partying because he knows the people in charge are at work. That's what I'm saying. Let's remember now, Slot is only a coach, not a manager. He's said this 100 times. He's not here to make transfers. This is not like a Klopp situation.
What, so
This
he
is
doesn't get a say?
I don't think he has a say as much as
Absolute
Klopp
bollocks.
at all. I think he would just
Absolute
like
bollocks.
you'll just say the positions that he wants to sign, but then the data guys will take over.
Absolute bollocks.
By the way, I'm being serious. Sadly, he doesn't have power. I don't think he has power.
Not about power. I said a say.
Yeah, but when you say a say, like you have a say on the stream, Wolfie. Like say is different than like having power, you know?
He also
Like, you
needs
can't
to think about if he wants to leave Liverpool or City and go back to Bayern Munich in 5 years and get booed by the fan base.
Who?
Wirtz.
Liverpool aren't paying the 150 million. Shirky more likely is what Mr. Perfecto was saying.
29 mil. Yeah.
Ashraf, what do you know about getting it over the line? Wow.
Good question.
Reed.
Good question.
Wow, low blow.
Depends,
Low blow.
depends which competition you're talking about. But yeah, I mean it's not the same. I do know about getting transfers
Any
over the
of
line.
them.
We have
Any
done
of
that. We have
them.
transfers. We have done that. To be honest,
Transfers is not a trophy. Big up to Jack.
every
who says-
time we have competed against your club for a transfer, we have won. So maybe relax a little bit. Yeah.
Try
Actually, we
competing
didn't
on
go
the
back in.
pitch. Let us know how that goes.
We didn't
I
go
mean,
back
you
in.
did literally fail trying to sign Suarez.
Yeah, last summer, but not. We didn't go back in for him.
No,
again.
no. I'm saying when we competed for them for a player, we were not competing with them for Suarez. Suarez was their player.
Yeah.
When
What
we
happened with
competed for Alexis
what happened with
Sanchez,
Mudryk?
when we competed for Zubimendi, we didn't compete for Mudryk with Liverpool.
I
with
thought you took it in
Liverpool.
general. You took it just Liverpool.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
at the time,
no.
Arsenal were more attractive than Liverpool. Now it's not the case. Because
No,
that
no.
13.
2014,
yes.
2015,
I don't
you
do that
2013,
based on
2014,
Gerrard
you challenged for the
I
league.
don't do
we
based
didn't.
on one season analysis. Just because we were almost going to win the league 1 year doesn't mean we're more attractive than
Just
Arsenal.
because
We were-
you don't doesn't mean
Yeah.
others don't.
But then why did we get Zubimendi then now? You're better than us. You're challenging more than us.
Yeah, but we didn't go back in for him.
No, but how come he rejected you last season and he never rejected us?
No,
even
he wanted
once?
to stay at Sociedad. Made a massive mistake.
It's associated a bigger.
Yeah, I think you're being a little bit shameless there, Ash, because you sign your pursuit of Zubimendi is different to the pursuit of Liverpool's because
Huh?
he
They agreed with him and he said, no,
wait a sec,
give me the
wait a sec.
mountains.
Within 6 weeks of the transfer window shutting in September last year, news was already surfacing on social media by pretty reliable people that Zubimendi regretted his decision to stay at Sociedad and over Liverpool. Yes or no?
No,
Yes.
I swear to God, I've never read these. So if that's true, I'd rather...
Arsene
Wallahi,
Wenger.
I'm not
Are you
lying.
doing Arsene Wenger
Show
driller
me-
now?
Show
Bro,
me
I
those...
what?
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
There was
Show me
loads of
those
stuff back in like
sources.
September.
Genuinely, I'm not
October.
even lying, by the way. I swear I haven't seen
Nah,
that.
you're
But
lying,
okay,
bro.
If that's the case, LB, let's say he has he did regret it and he's like, oh, I should have gone to Liverpool. Why
Of
didn't
course he
consider
regretted
Liverpool?
it. Sociedad are fucking awful, bro. What are you talking about?
You're right. why didn't he consider Liverpool now? And don't give me the scab
He
on
didn't
we're
go
not
back in
interested
for
in
him.
him.
Liverpool have
BS,
not gone
that's
back in for him.
BS.
What do you mean
Absolute
BS?
BS.
He
Not
did not
they
go
are
back
If
in for
Gravenberch.
him.
Supermendi's
How is it
agent,
BS?
if Supermendi's agent goes to Liverpool and says, actually, he now wants to join, I guarantee you they put a bid in.
No,
That's
actually, we
BS.
don't do
No,
that.
no, because you completely misread that, yeah. Because Liverpool now,
That's
the
a
number
lie.
6 position is not as important as it was last
Yeah.
summer because of
Yeah.
what
Yes.
Gravenberch has done.
Because
So
of Gravenberch.
if they come back to Liverpool and say, "Come on, man, spend 50
really.
million on something," no, wait a sec. If
They need a
Zubimendi
midfielder.
comes back to Liverpool and says, "Sign us," they'll go, "Well, we've only got 200 million, and we need to sign an attacker. We need to sign this guy. We need to sign a defender. We still need to replace
Yeah.
Trent." So actually, sorry, mate, our budget don't stress that. So nah. So it's not.
They
the
do
same
need a
thing.
midfielder, though. They need
No,
a midfielder,
but-
so he works
no,
differently.
look,
He plays
Ashraf, we have
8, he
been
plays
linked
6.
more. Ashraf, we have been linked more with
Guys.
10s than 6s, bro. Come on,
Guys,
now.
we were
It's
linked
not-
with
it's not a
Zubimendi
direct
from the deal was
competition.
done. The deal was done from Jan. It's not like it was done now. So which means, and by the way,
Not
since we're doing
direct.
reports, there were reports from a
Oh,
year
man,
ago
let it
that he's
go.
going to join Arsenal and he's agreed with something with Arteta. Again, I don't know
Okay,
if these
I
are true or not.
understand that, but that has nothing to do with Liverpool. Since August,
It does.
since
Doesn't-
August, and as soon as the transfer window shut until this moment, there's been zero links to Zubimendi to Liverpool because we didn't go back in for him. After the emergence of Gravenberch, we've been linked to more 10s than 6s.
Yeah,
That's just the truth.
exactly.
Cherky, Wirtz, Xavi Simmons, none of them are a 6. We need a 10 now. It's a
It's like,
different
think
thing.
about
If
it like
anything,
this.
Ashraf, yeah, you need to
Alistair
be
as 10
thanking
and
Liverpool
Villa as
for doing the groundwork back in the summer because if they didn't unsettle
No,
him in
because
the
we were
summer-
linked with Zubimendi
No,
before Liverpool.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
if they didn't unsettle him and he maybe
No,
didn't
yeah.
regret it back in September, you might be getting rejected this summer, bro. So you need to be thanking Liverpool. I'll be real.
I
with you now.
disagree because the reports, again, since we're quoting reports, linked us with Zubimendi from more than a year ago, right? And there was reports a year
But
ago
you're
or
missing the
so
point. You're
that
missing-
said, and again, I don't know why. Maybe it's a Spanish connection. I don't understand why he would think that way. Maybe it is the Paella connection. I don't know. But that he wants Mikel Arteta has spoken to him and he's been
Ashraf, you're
convinced by the project,
completely missing
whatever.
the point. Let me make it simple for
I'm
you,
not.
right? Imagine
not.
two men.
I'm saying
last-
Zubimendi was approached by
okay,
two.
two
and he
men
said,
last summer,
Arsenal.
yeah, both single. Okay, both chasing the same girl, right? The girl decides I'm not going with either of them. Fast forward on 6 months. One of those men has now got a partner that they're happy with, that they're thinking about proposing to. The other one is still single. Do you think the man who's got the woman on his arm at that time is going to go back in and have another girl on his arm? No, he's going to. If you assume he's a
The
loyal
woman
kind
on
of
the
guy.
arm is Gravenberch in this case, by the way.
Exactly.
Yes. Which is why for the last month and a half it's been Cherky, Wirtz, Simmons, because we're looking at a 10, and that's my
because
point.
it's not a priority position because they don't need
Yeah,
him
it's not a
anymore.
priority
So that's why you've
position
got
anymore.
him.
That's why we got him. Not because Real Madrid also wanted him.
Guys,
Barcelona
by the way,
also
just so
wanted
you guys
him.
know, Wolfie's getting
Man.
away with murder. So let's just.
You
It's
wait
amazing,
a second.
look.
You think sorry, Hussam, yeah? You think that if Barcelona went head to head with Arsenal for Zubimendi, you'd pick Arsenal over Barcelona?
I don't know what to think there. I just know what I read. I read
Oh, now he
Barcelona wanted
doesn't
him.
know.
I read Real Madrid wanted him. Arsenal are getting him. Something must have happened. Some crazy magical pull must be there behind. I think we're
Nah,
deceiving
bro.
players. We must have. I think we're offering him $500,000 a week. Because why is he agreeing with us when apparently he's one of the best midfielders in La Liga, or at least like top 10, top 5, whatever you want to believe. So hey,
So guys,
why are people saying Ornstein? What the hell happened to Ornstein? Everyone is talking about
Ornstein, Liverpool make contact with Florian Wirtz camp to express interest in signing playmaker if he leaves Bayer Leverkusen and is keen on moving to England. LFC admiration long-standing but unclear whether 22-year-old plans to exit Bayer or Germany. Damn.
So
Ornstein
what
bomb.
the hell changed in that statement that we've been discussing? What's new in that
For
statement?
everything. This is a massive fuck you to all of you guys.
Is it? I don't know. I still feel it's
Doesn't
just
make
a
no
city.
sense with Wirtz. We already knew that. To express an interest, we already knew
Ornstein
that.
bomba.
I have a question on this. So if let's say LB, if you guys are seriously interested in him, what happens to Phil Foden? Does he go back on the wing?
Why do Arsenal fans have this mad obsession with Phil Foden?
No. I by the way, I'm not one of those guys. I think Phil Foden is a very
you
good
are, you
player.
just
I'm
brought
just
him up.
curious. Because everyone was saying back then he's the heir to KDB. What happens if Florian Wirtz comes in? Don't duck the question. Answer.
He plays right wing. He plays left wing. He plays in the
Fair.
middle with him as 2 10s.
Which is the position everyone said is not his best position, and this is
But
why
he
you
wouldn't even
shouldn't
get in
hold
the
him
team
to
right
that.
now. He's got to sort his form out.
It's amazing location pool never comes up when teams like Villa or PSG are in for players. Only Liverpool Tories did damage to our reputation, sadly. Bro, I know. Me and you had this conversation yesterday as well. Listen, it's
Wait a second. Wait a
What?
second. This is bullshit, mate. Yeah, what are you
What?
talking about? Location pool is about London. Because certain
yeah, but
players...
he's telling you if Aston Villa's linked to a player, they don't go like no one wants to live in Birmingham.
But wait a sec. They're not being linked with Florian Wirtz. They're not being linked with Erling Haaland. They're being linked with fucking whoever. Innit?
Yeah, but that's not his point. Even to their level, no one says that to them. Also, Paris is
usually
Paris
Villa are
a
buying a
horrible
player. They're probably the best team in the category of teams that are buying the player. If Mbappe has the chance to sign for Real Madrid or City or Liverpool, right, we have to hold that, Hussam, and go, he's probably going to go to Madrid. I fucking live in Madrid over Manchester, mate. I live over Madrid over Liverpool. And a lot of players really like living in London over up north. So it's nothing to do with Liverpool. It's
I don't get why that's so sensitive to say. It's facts. It's not even really that opinionated.
Because it's nothing to do with our cities. It's London and Madrid and Barcelona.
I mean, forget football. Forget football. There are people who will move from Liverpool, from Nottingham, from Newcastle to go and work in London because London has a pull on that as well. It's not a football thing. It's just a thing.
Facts.
But Liverpool fans have to make it about them.
Big up to Martin, who says Leverkusen want Makti and Ortega. Don't forget that has nothing to do with it because Newcastle want
Yeah,
like
that has
Elliot
nothing
and
to do
Gomez.
with it.
We could do the whole like, oh, we're gonna give Newcastle Gomez, Kwanzaa, Elliot, and money for Isak. Let's not do this. It's not this is not NBA, habibi. Big up to Jack Houses as a collective. Let's stamp out classism in footy. I agree with you. Tom rides shoulders at England games is what Fonzie's saying. Never forgot. Big up to Aram, who says, I think Angelo Stiller joins LFC in the number 6 role. It's a possibility, but Stiller is not even, it's not expensive at all, bro. Like at all, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's what I'll say. I think he's gonna be very cheap. And he has unbelievable stats. Big up to Smoke, who says Scholes impresses me because he's the only player to be better after he retired. Fact. After he retired, United fans got jealous, wanted to do someone, you know, they just wanted someone to include in the debate. But yeah, it is what it is. Big up to Gravenberg to Harry, who says Gravenberg is levels above Scooby-Doo. 100% he is this season. LB, if City only sign one player, Wirtz or Rodrigo? Choose one.
Wirtz. Come on.
Fucking fraud. Big up to Abdi, Sam versus Hamza. I quit match later on. Yeah, I was coming, habibi. Don't worry. I said I quit match. I'm gonna make Hamza quit. Don't worry. Big up to Caster, who says Hussam, make sure Callum doesn't open his oral warfare mouth about Florian Wirtz. Don't worry, I have sent a voice message threatening Callum. Tom has sent a voice message as well, threatening Callum.
What's he said?
This is a message for one Callum.
Watch this. Watch. Just listen, guys.
Listen, we have all seen the wonderful news today. Brilliant news, fantastical news about a Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. You are not, under any circumstance, allowed to talk, mention, breathe his name in any capacity today.
See, there you go. We were doing our job, I promise.
What's Cal said?
Callum is a curse. Callum Sanderson is a curse.
You're playing the curse angle.
Yeah. He's a curse angle. You don't even know what the fuck happened. The guy did a Kvara video after Ornstein said we're interested. 30 minutes later, he signed for PSG. Callum Sanderson is a curse when it comes to Liverpool, bro.
Yeah.
I know. Wait, is this the guy who had the video where he said, "Oh, Zubi chose Liverpool because Xabi Alonso's heart is at Liverpool"? Is that the guy?
This is the guy.
Yeah.
Shut
Big up to him, but Arsenal had bigger pull.
Been waiting better than
LFC
Prem.
need to keep Endo because everything we won a major, we had a Japanese player in the squad. Recency superstitions, bro. Endo is if we sell him, it's gonna be like 5 million, so it's not worth it. Just keep the closer, man, so he could come and tackle the
Wait,
shit out of
which
people.
Japanese player did you have when you won the Champions League in 2019?
I'd like to introduce you, Takumi Minamino.
He joined after that.
No, he's saying every
Yeah.
time we won the league, we've had a Japanese player.
He was
the
there in
modern era.
2020.
In the modern era. To be fair, every time we've won a Premier League, we've had an Egyptian player as well, and a Dutch player, and a Scottish player. The one that's the longest lasting is Scottish player. Every time there has been a Scottish player in the squad, that's the one that's always been lasting. Big up to
By the way,
everyone.
I-
Thank you
he
every single
joined-
super chatter.
He,
Guys, we have 1,500 people in here. We're not even at 500 likes yet. Wallahi, I have some shame. Wallahi, I have some shame. We literally have the biggest celebrity in the City fan base here. We've got the only guy carrying Forest Pull in the entirety of YouTube. Guys, please like the video and subscribe. Have some fucking shame. Have some shame, guys. Like the video and subscribe right now. Arsenal have so much pull, maybe pull a trophy. 2-0 Fonty. Big up to
hey,
you,
listen,
Fonty.
hey, we
Ashraf,
we pulled the
what should we talk about next? Should we talk about your club making signings or should we talk about Forest?
I don't want this guy to come in later and say, "Oh, I'm getting a call from God knows who I need
You
to."
know,
go."
I've got football training, so if you want
You have football training in 50 minutes.
There you
Do
go.
not
I
lie.
still want to eat
Do
before
not
that.
lie. Ya
Yeah, I still wanna eat
kadhab.
before that. I still
I
want to
don't
eat before
lie.
Okay, then
Habibi.
let's brush through Arsenal quickly because I want to leave him for the main course, bro. Like
Let's
this,
go.
this
Let's go.
talking
You wanna
over the
talk about
last
Arsenal?
one
Go for it.
that.
couple of months.
What do you want to say about
I-
us? Because you've been linked with Jokeres, you've already signed Zubimendi. There's been a lot of drama regarding the banner and stuff. Arsenal fans crying on the internet regarding
What
this.
banner? Arteta.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know why
Yeah.
people care about that, bro. If we win the league next season, it's all bro, put a banner of Salah and Slot kissing each other. Who like naked? I don't give a shit. Like who? I think Arsenal fans need to relax.
Very
It's
sensitive.
not. Yeah, it's not the biggest deal. Yes, Jamal. Thank you. I am going to talk about this because, bro, I genuinely think if we get Gyökeres, Zubimendi, I think hopefully should be done. Gyökeres, we're getting heavily linked. Hopefully we do get that over the line if that is true. And there's one more player. I think if we get him, that completes our team, right? Of course, I still don't trust the manager at the helm of things. I still think we can upgrade on Arteta, but unfortunately he is going nowhere. So hopefully he improves next season. But we need to go for someone like Rodrigo. That team gets complete then. We have a proper left winger, a proper right winger. And Rodrigo, by the way, can play in the 10 as well. He's not just a left winger. He can also play in the 10 for those who might want to say, oh, we need to sometimes drop Odegaard. Now becomes a fantastic option. And I genuinely think if we bid in like anything like 70 million, 80 million, I think Real Madrid sell him because there's been reports that he's not happy. He wasn't there in the last game against Barcelona. And he's been playing out of position. Right wing is not his position. I know he's done okay there. He's done good there, but he's technically a left winger. So he definitely would look. And Madrid are the kind of team when they go through a humiliating season, the way they have this season, they always try to make a statement in the summer. Obviously, they've already done a statement with Xabi Alonso, but I'm saying like statement also with the transfers they might make. So they will look to sell Rodrigo if we put in a proper bid. I'm thinking that will complete our summer. Do I think we can win the Premier League or Champions League next season? With Arteta, if I had to choose, I'd probably say no. I think the only way Arteta can win with us next season is if we go through the perfect conditions, which I just don't think will happen. Which, by the way,
Yeah, but,
is
but
another
you want to
reason-
know the problem, Ashraf? You know what triggers me in this conversation? Perfect, idealistic conditions do not exist in football to begin with.
I agree.
They have
I
never
agree.
ever existed. Ideal does not exist. By the way, ideal does not even exist in science. That's why it's called ideal, because it doesn't exist in reality, bro. Because temperature changes, the pressure changes, the volume changes, the density changes, everything changes, even scientifically, bro. Like this whole thing where people just say shit like, "Oh my god, you know, if this player was fit all season, everything." Bro, Manchester City won a league title with KDB playing false 9. The first league title, we had Salah out for some while, Shaqiri played right wing, Firmino was out for a bit, Origi played up top. Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
He's
Yeah,
agreed with you though.
I agree
Yes,
with you.
yeah.
I don't think we would. The perfect condition for me means we have very little competition in terms of title race, and we have little to no injuries. That's not going to happen realistically. Maybe if you somehow say, "Oh, you might get lucky with injuries," I don't think we're going to go through through a league season where City, and Liverpool are both bad and not competing for the title. There's no way that'll happen. And this is why, and I don't know if LB and Wolfie will laugh at this, but I have said this and I have got laughed at in other channels. This is why I don't want Chelsea to make Champions League football. I don't want United Europa League. Because for me, right, and people are like, oh, how could you want Spurs? Oh, you're an Arsenal fan. What do you mean? I was like, honestly, like the only reason why any Arsenal fan does not want Spurs to win is out of banter, which I completely get. Football is an emotional sport. People don't want to get bantered. They don't want to get laughed at. I completely get it. Fair enough. But the reality is United and Chelsea are more dangerous if they get Champions League because they can accelerate their process. They can accelerate them getting back to competing. In my opinion, and I'm not even trying to diss Spurs, they could win the Europa League, and I don't think their ownership will invest that money properly. I don't think there'll be a challenge. Or they'll
I
challenge.
agree with you, by the way. I don't know, but I'd see it even further than that. I think United are at that crossroad tipping point, bro. If they don't get Champions League this season, they're done. They're done. Inshallah, next year they get relegated. I would love to see
I don't
that.
I don't know if they're done. I don't know if they're done because
They're
the
done.
reality is, bro.
They're done.
Maybe. I don't know.
They're
I
not going to
wouldn't say they're
jump
done,
from
but
16th in the league next season back into the Champions League, are they?
No, they won't. But if they don't get Champions League, I think they'll go from 16th to like top 8. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm saying
could
will
do
happen.
that with Champions League. I agree. It's not even about where they finish; it's about who they can get in the summer,
Yeah.
and they need
Exactly.
Champions League
Exactly.
for that.
And that's
So
another
I
thing.
want
Our
them
number one
done. I
target,
want them. You know, the day like I can die happy is when they no longer exist.
they
as
get
a club.
relegated.
No, even
But that
further
won't
than that.
happen
When they
either.
no longer
Cool.
exist. United.
United.
Yeah.
I
Once Jim will
definitely
fix
see
it,
that.
has to shut down those doors. It'll be a happy day for me. Run them into the ground. In their circus wannabe stadium, man.
Boston, I agree. I think that is a title-winning team. I don't know if Arteta is competing against Pep Guardiola next season. They're going neck to neck, like until like March, whatever. I don't think Arteta has it in him to beat Pep in a title race. I don't know if he even has it in him to beat Slot in a title
you
race.
are
If Slot
sat around.
continues the same way next season, I am. Yeah, I've said if he doesn't progress us, he needs to go, and he doesn't. He hasn't progressed us, in my opinion.
Who would you want as your replacement then this summer? If you got rid of him.
I will answer that, but just before I answer that, I know LB, you don't mean it that way, but there are others who have asked me, why would you want the manager out if you don't have names in place? I do have a
I
name,
hate
but
that. I hate
I hate that argument. And I know that's
It's
not what
the
LB's saying,
dumbest
so I will
argument
give him a
ever.
name, but it's the dumbest argument because we don't get paid millions and millions to scout other managers and know exactly who would fit in our style. But to answer your question, LB, for me personally, it would be Xavi Hernandez. I think he went to Barcelona 3 seasons ago.
That's actually a
They were
good shot.
ninth-
I wouldn't
That's
even lie.
not a dumb shout.
Yeah.
That's a fair shout. He's won a league.
And I'll explain to you guys why. They were 9th in the league. I know people would say, oh, it's the two-horse league, but they were 9th. Ronald Koeman had them in the dumps. He came in mid-season in November or December. They slapped up Madrid 4-0, slapped up Sevilla, slapped up Atletico, slapped up Bilbao, finished second, and the next season won La Liga, right? And I know he left towards the end, but initially he quit and they begged him to stay. And then the tensions flared up, and when he finally agreed, they had a fight and they said, you know what, screw it, we'll just end it. He's not a bad manager. He's a very good manager.
He's a good manager, but just quickly back to your point on that narrative. I hate it. I had it all the time. Oh, you want Cooper out? Who do you want in? Not my problem. It's like, and I say to everyone, if you're in a relationship and it's not going well, you don't wait until you figure out who you want to be with next. Yeah.
To break up.
You finish, you stay single, then you go on to the next one or whatever it is. And then you can flip it around. You can flip it. They're like, how can you beat Arteta out if you don't know who you want? If someone says they don't know who they want.
Yeah, that's a lot of bollocks, man.
It is such
Yeah.
crap, man. So that's
That for me, that story, that whole narrative died a death when Slot won the league with Liverpool this year.
exactly.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
Sam
Died a
wanted
death
Slot out.
because
But Slot didn't believe in
90%,
Slot. And
Here
look what
we
happened.
go. Here we go. These
90%.
fucking rumors. Allow it.
90%, yeah,
I
of
saw your
Liverpool
video.
fans probably have never even heard of Slot before
Yeah.
he was announced as the replacement. So it's completely irrelevant. The question is, can this guy get him over the line? If the answer is no. See you later, new
Facts.
manager.
Exactly.
That's just the
And I turn
facts.
it back around on them. It's like, okay, so you're Arteta in. Okay, but what if Pep knocks on the Kroenkier's door tomorrow and said he wants to come? Would you be Arteta in still then, or would you switch? So you know, the narrative can work both ways. It's just a dumb argument. But
the only thing I will say in favor those who defend Arteta, which by the way I don't think is the correct argument, but I'll tell you what their argument is. Some people like Giuseppe, big up Giuseppe, like he makes a
Igal.
good point, but I'll tell you why I think he's wrong. No, Igal is different. Igal is like, even if we get slapped up 7-0, Arteta stays. Giuseppe says, for example, and I hear it a little bit, he says Arteta has made many mistakes over the last couple of years with the recruitment, which is correct because unfortunately he's been given a lot of power. He says now that Berta's come in, and clearly Berta is the guy who's taking control over transfers, Arteta can just focus on the coaching. While I hear that argument, and I understand why they're saying give him one more season because of this, the reason why I disagree with it though is because I think the number one reason we didn't win the league this season is because his management of certain games has not been good. Recruitment is an issue, I agree, but his management of games has been quite bad in many games.
Pressure
People
game.
talk about, oh, you lost the league because of injuries and red cards. No, we dropped points to Everton, nothing to do with injuries. Drop points to Fulham, nothing to do with injuries. Newcastle, when we didn't lay a glove on them at St. James Park, nothing to do with injuries. When we bottled a 2-goal lead against Villa at home, nothing to do with injuries. When Liverpool dropped points to Aston Villa and we could have closed the gap to 4 points, we lost at home to West Ham. We dropped 21 points this season from winning positions. Even if you attribute 4 or 5 of them to red cards, what about the rest? That has nothing to do with injuries. So
Ashraf, it's
yeah.
not just that. This is going to be fascinating to watch. I want Arsenal to get that list fantastic, yeah. Because if Arteta cannot win the league, let's just assume you get all those players for argument's sake, yeah. That's him done. That's
Yeah,
him
it's
done.
finished.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'll tell you what, even if he wins the league with those players, I'll tell you now, the narrative's going to be very simple. He couldn't do it. He had to buy his way with the players to get it done. He couldn't do it with a squad that he tried to create and everything.
Yeah, but
So-
that would be a weak argument. If he wins the league next
Yeah,
season,
I'll
I
find a
cannot,
way
I
to
cannot
That's
spin
a
say
it,
bit
don't
that
worry.
strange, that bit. But if he
I'll
doesn't
find
win
a way
it,
to
if he
spin it.
didn't win the league with that, then the guy's finished. Like,
He's
Done.
a fraud, yeah.
Done.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
where he goes from there because, like, no top team would employ him if
West
he
Ham.
can't get that across
West
the
Ham,
line.
something like that. Yeah.
No,
It's
I disagree with that. He is a good manager. I think he will get a good job. I just don't think it'll be it definitely won't be like a Barca, Bayern, Real and stuff. I think it'll be more like if he stays in England,
Dortmund.
maybe clubs like Chelsea. Yes, maybe Dortmund.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm saying
maybe
he's not
Dortmund.
going to
To
get
Chelsea,
like a
Inter
man. What are you
Milan.
talking about?
He's not
He's
going to
definitely
like
not gonna manage
City or
Chelsea.
Real Madrid or Barca or Bayern or anything like that if he can't
No
win the
chance.
league. With
He
that team.
will have to do
No
what
chance.
Moyes did. Moyes had to then remember when Moyes got the United job.
Yeah, like
then
reinvent his career and shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Arteta's going to have to do if he this is him under pure pressure if he gets those. But I bet secretly he doesn't want those players. Secretly he's thinking, I know my
Bro,
owners are happy
again.
with a Champions League spot and I'm secure in my job with that.
Wolfie, this guy, and oh my god, this pisses me off when I think of this story. I don't know if you guys read the reports recently that we are linked with John Garcia, the goalkeeper.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, hey, I want this Garcia guy. I've been following him for quite some time. And Berta apparently said that's a bad use of money. That's a bad allocation of funds. Bruh, you sold Emiliano Martinez when we won the FA Cup and he was our main keeper because Leno and Martinez both of them didn't want to be second choice. Okay, fair. I get it. Someone has to go. You chose Leno. That's fine. A year later, you're like, nope, I want Ramsdale now. 2 years later, you're like, nope, I want David Raya now. And now a year later, you're like, I want Garcia.
It's priorities, man.
I genuinely wish Berta goes to him and bitch slaps him and said, shut up. I will get the players. You will just coach. Imagine if Edu was still there. We probably would have got Garcia. We would have got Sesko.
Hey,
we would have
don't talk
probably not
about
renewed
Edu,
Portier.
bro. Don't talk about Edu. I know it hurts.
No,
it
it's
hurts.
mad. It's mad, bro. Generally, it's crazy. Garcia and Sesko. These Sesko links are the worst links that I've ever heard. Like, it's the most idiotic.
Yeah, but whether you like it or not, if you fail at getting jokers, you're gonna sign Sesko, bro.
I
You
don't
can
think
get
so
jokers
because
all you
Berta,
want, it's reality.
again, reports, if you believe some sources, Berta doesn't rate Sesko. And if Berta is the guy making calls, I don't think he goes for Sesko.
Yeah, but if you're serious, you buy 2.
Why?
Why? So you don't have this whole, we had injuries. What happens if Alvarez gets injured first game of the season? Then what? We're going to have to listen to the Arsenal fans crying again. Get 2.
No.
I think
serious. I think
do you think Man City will stop at Wirtz? You think that's all they'll recruit, or they'll recruit other people?
Yeah,
Is the
but
thing, when you're
Wolfie-
asking LB about Foden, what they do with him, City will pile up good players, and if you're good enough, you get in the team. Like
But
the
Wolfie, if
Arsenal
we have
mentality
Gyökeres-
is a case of, well, we've got one, that'll do.
No. I'm not saying that'll do, but we have to think about this realistically as well. If we have Gyökeres as a starting striker, of course, if we sign Gyökeres and the first day of the season he gets injured for 6-7 months like Timber did, that's unfortunate. I get it. But if we get Gyökeres and the backups are Havertz, Jesus, and Moreno, I'm okay with that. Like, as long as, God forbid, Gyökeres doesn't get like a... Because we cannot, unfortunately, we are working within certain funding limitations. Jesus, sadly, we cannot sell him this summer because he's got an ACL injury out till December. We cannot ship him. He is going to be there. Havertz, as a backup, I don't mind him. As a starter, he's horrendous. As a backup to come off the bench and influence some games, which he did last season, by the way, when we benched him for like 4 or 5 games and he came and won us the game against Brentford, won us the game against, I can't remember, some other Luton or whatever it is. I don't mind him as a backup. Eventually, we have to upgrade on him, but for next season, Gyökeres Rodrigo, in my opinion, is good enough to upgrade our attack.
I don't want to hear when Gyökeres gets injured and you got Moreno back up front. I don't want to hear the Arsenal fans crying about it.
You know, I don't know what I don't want to hear anymore. Wolfie excuses, because you're making excuses in the private chat and it will not run. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are
hour 20, bro. Hey, yes,
don't lie. You're not practicing. You're the coach. You get me, so allow it. Big up to everyone locked in. Big up to every super chatter. Thank you guys so much for sending us love. Thank you to everyone for showing us love. Let's get to 500 likes. I just scheduled the emergency Hussam x Tom Little tonight at 8 to discuss this Florian Wirtz update thing. You get me? So let's see where we go from here. So please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel right here, right now. Bring you plenty of content regarding this whole Wirtz topic. Mr. Wolfie. Forest 1, Leicester 1. Talk to me, you fucking failure.
It's actually Forest 2, Leicester 2.
Oh, there you are. Tomato. Anyway, go on.
Oh, what do you want me to say, man? We drew with Leicester.
Here we go again. You're such a piece of shit. Sometimes.
I've said
What do you want
3
me to
words.
say?
Here we go
Hey,
again.
my name is Wolfie, Forest Fan TV. What do you want me to say? Like, I'm the dictator and I dictate what you say? Say whatever the fuck you want. Talk. Mister, we're going to finish with Arsenal. Mister, we're in a title race, which is why you got added to the stream to fucking begin with.
Yeah, well, we were in a title race. As were Arsenal. As were Man City, according to LB at the start of the season. And then it drops off. That's the definition of a title race. So that happened.
What happened to you finishing above us? What changed?
What happened to you winning a trophy? What changed?
No, that's not the point. The point is you should have asked me that in the Arsenal section. It's done. You missed your train.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to you finishing above us? Yeah. What happened to you finishing above us?
Well, technically we still can. So
okay, fine. So I'll play along. Wolfie, are you going to finish above Arsenal?
unlikely now. Unlikely. What I will say, Ashraf, is we should have finished above Arsenal. Because you did exactly what I expected you to do and crap the bed in the Premier League because Arteta can't focus on 2 trophies. Hold on. However, we crapped the bed just as badly in the Premier League. When we shouldn't
Guys,
have.
go back and watch Hossam's show from months ago. I said, even if we are shit and we drop a lot of points, you guys are worse and you will drop points. And I remember I said, Wolfie, correct me if I'm wrong. I said, even if we are worse, we will be 5 points ahead of you guys, minimum. And I think 7. I said 7 at the time, but minimum 5. How many points are we above you right now?
I don't know. Last time I looked at the table, we were 3rd, so I have no idea.
Yeah, really? Last time you were 3rd. Last time I checked, you were 7th.
I ain't looked since.
Bruh, and this guy came. You guys remember when he said, I'd rather Bournemouth win the FA Cup. It's okay. Like,
yes, that was the most pathetic display by him ever.
No,
and then he got
I
pressed.
don't want Bournemouth to win the FA Cup.
And then he got pressed and said, 6 points. Thank you, Footy Corner. So there's 6 points behind us now. And then he got pressed and said, yeah, I would rather finish in the Champions League positions than win the FA Cup. You're getting neither now, my brother. Both are gone.
Wait. Are we out of this race now? Is that what you're saying?
So you think you'll make it?
No. But you can't say it for sure. What you're saying, we don't get it for sure. Is that what you're saying?
Unlike you, I'm not going to say for sure, but you probably don't make it.
Hey, give me a percentage. Let's do a Hussam here. Give me a percentage.
10%.
10%. That's not bad. We're actually mathematically 15% likely to get it. But by the way, 3 weeks ago, we were 93.3% certainty to get it. And I've called it a bottle job. Apparently, I'm Judas for saying the word bottle job about it because it is a bottle job.
It is a
We
bottle
were 10.
job.
Yeah, we're 10 points clear of 6th place. But
It's a bottle
apparently,
job. It's
you can't
clearly
offend
there.
the happy clappers and
We're
say,
also
oh,
10 likes away from 500. Let's get there.
11.
It's clearly a bottle job. You've dropped 10 points in your last 5 or 6 games.
Mm.
It's clear. I mean, that's just literally a bottle job. I mean, it was literally in your hands. That's why you was talking about finishing second.
Exactly. And
can't say
we
it's not a
should
bottle
be
job.
second. Let's be straight here. We should be second in the
Yeah,
league
but you
right now.
You probably should be, yeah.
Right now. But
we
Forest
should
have
be
bottled it.
winning the double.
But then, to be fair, Ash then could say, "Well, hang on a minute, his team's bottled it as well."
Yep.
Yeah, no, but
There you
they are more likely to have bottled it because Arteta can't focus on 2 things at once. You get me? Because they were still in the Champions
Yeah.
League.
Not really. I think you're more likely to bottle it because you've never been here. In
No,
modern
it did.
era.
No, I wouldn't. I don't even buy that narrative because the games we had were against some crap teams. Like we shouldn't have drawn with Leicester, bro.
Yeah, drawing with
So
Leicester
why
is embarrassing, and you know it at
Yeah.
home as well.
You shut the
I
bed.
mean, Leicester an embarrassment of a club to drop points to them. It'd nearly be as shameless as drawing with Man City, with Southampton. Sorry. So you know what I'm saying. So there's
No,
like,
City drawing with Southampton is worse because of fucking Ruben Diaz after the game. What a shameless piece of garbage. You wanna know how I know Ruben Diaz was 100% wrong? Hamza didn't defend him. You watch Awa, you know Hamza's extremely shameless. Hamza's like, Wallahi, I cannot defend this. Wallahi, I cannot defend this. The moment Hamza said that, I'm like, I know Ruben Diaz is 100% wrong. Like, how are you coming out to say poor little Southampton? Oh, they should attack us. Bro, if Southampton attacked City, they would have lost by 10 goals, bro.
yeah, but then
That's
did you
upsetting.
see them tweets about it? They absolutely cussed him down with their Twitter.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
been on tweets.
And they were like,
it's been
"Oh,
on
we got a point
TikTok.
without playing." So yeah, look, drawing with Leicester is nearly as bad as drawing with Southampton. I personally think it's worse because I think Leicester are a worse team than Southampton on paper. I think Southampton make more mistakes but play better football than Leicester. But that's by and by. Forest have crapped the bed on this one. This is on the success is on Nuno and the failure is on Nuno, if that makes sense. Because the reason we drew with Leicester was because he made a negative substitution. Dominguez was the best player on the pitch, and he decides to bring him off. And the reason it's because of Nuno is because what he's done over the last 6-7 months, whatever it is. So both can be true at the same time for me.
Yeah, facts. That's completely fair. Like, big up Nuno for getting that Forest into Europe, but also Nuno, you fucked up a little bit. You could have been in Champions League instead of Europa League or Conference League.
Exactly.
I can like the fact that we're discussing this in itself is an embarrassment. I think if all of us had a conversation like 2 months ago, we would have all categorically said Forest are making top 4.
Yep.
The fact that this is now even a thing is just embarrassing because the caliber of teams that they have dropped points to, as Wolfie himself
shocking.
pointed out, bro, you cannot be dropping points to these teams, bro. With all due respect, like Leicester at home and shit, it's just unacceptable.
It was the
If I'm in
Everton
Wolfie's
one. It
place,
was the
I'm
Everton
fuming.
one.
Yeah, go on.
Now, it's the Everton one that caused the collapse for me. That last minute goal they got from Morilla's mistake.
Yeah.
That's where the collapse started for me. People are like, oh, we've gone too deep in the FA Cup and stuff. You played too many extra times. I get that. That's probably got an impact on fitness because the squad is thin. But the Everton one, that just burst the bubble because we'd just beaten Spurs, I think, just before that. And then we were looking fine. I remember I was doing a stream with LB and he's like, once we beat Spurs, he's like, let Forest go. It's done. Because that was everyone's attitude to it. Let's fight it out. Make sure they beat the teams that are in and around. Make sure they beat Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. And Forest just crapped it for themselves. That's exactly what they did. And that's why my owner's all angry about it, as well as what happened with Taiwo. And he has every right to be. So,
you know what the annoying part for you is? Even if you win your next 2 games, there's a chance you don't get Champions League football.
Yeah.
yeah, no, we don't
Even
get
if you win your next 2 games.
because Villa if the 2 easiest games,
yeah, 16 and 17th place. Like, to be honest, I know we say that as a joke, but then one point that George made yesterday, which actually makes a bit of sense, because they have the Europa League final next week, they both will probably play their best teams as a rehearsal before the final, and they will probably take it.
I don't think it matters. I don't think if either of those teams go stronger, they still lose, man. Bro, look at them. Man U put a pretty strong team out against West Ham at home. West Ham, who was 17th in the league. I need to be careful here because I got them this weekend. But West Ham had not won a game, I think, since February or something like that. So, like, come on, man. Like, if Villa would not swap their fixtures with anyone in the world. And
Yeah.
Forest will do what Forest do best now. We will go and win these 2 games comfortably because there's no pressure on them. And we'll miss out because Villa will win. And then we'll end up 6th and Chelsea will be 7th. That's all. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
And then this comes back to me and LB telling you a month ago on Ashraf exactly why you should go for the FA Cup, because
Yes.
you have absolutely bottled that competition. You could have been playing Crystal Palace in an FA Cup final now, but instead you upped your nose and you said stuff like, "Oh my God, us getting top 5 is more important than the FA Cup."
It
And
is.
now you live with. And
Well,
now
you
you
don't
live
think it
with.
is?
No, because you did the whole bigger fish to fry that you mock Arsenal for, and you got fried instead because you got
Okay,
neither.
so you don't think for Forest as a club qualifying for the Champions League is better for them than
No, I actually
winning
think
the
for
FA
you
Cup?
as a club, you winning the FA Cup is better
Okay,
Yeah.
explain how.
because you haven't won a trophy in a really long time.
We won
And-
3 years ago.
Okay, the championship playoff trophy does not count. So
It's the
allow
most
it.
expensive trophy in world football.
Allow it. So yeah, you haven't won a trophy in a really long time, and I think that helps push like your club to players. Like,
Wait,
win
name me a
trophies, we're
team.
pushing to the next
Name me
level.
a team that's outside of the Cartel 6 that have won the FA Cup and kicked on.
Yeah, but that's not happened before.
Really?
Because it's really rare that a club outside the Cartel 6 win a top.
Okay,
FA Cup
Leicester.
anyway.
Leicester would have been the last team to do it. Yeah. What
Yeah,
happened
but
to
Leicester
them?
were in a very good place, but their owners fucked up.
Okay, so did they kick on
Leicester
after they
at
won
the
the
time,
FA
by the way,
Cup?
were in a good place, like in and around top 4.
Yeah.
You know, consistently.
Yeah. So them being in and around the top 4 was more beneficial to them than the FA Cup.
But guess
Now
what?
name me a team.
Guess what?
Name
What
me
do they remember more 10 years later, winning the FA Cup or being in and around the top 4?
probably winning the Premier League.
That's not the question I asked.
You
That's
asked me
not
what
the
they
question.
remember more, man. I'm pretty sure every Leicester fan remembers that more.
They finished 5th and won the FA Cup. What do they remember more? Winning the FA Cup or being in and around the Champions League? Winning the
What
FA
they'll
Cup.
remember better is that they're going to play Derby next season. Is what they're going to remember.
Okay, so
But
he never
then
answers
let me change the question now, right? Name me teams who have qualified.
I don't
in
have
the
to answer your
Champions.
question straight because you don't answer mine straight.
I did answer. You can answer it as bent as you want. I don't really
No, you
care.
didn't answer it straight at all.
What did
did
you
not.
ask me?
I asked you. Here you go. See, Leicester fan answer FA Cup. See, you could just be honest, but you
Oh my
instead
God,
you
there's
didn't
a
answer the
Leicester
question
fan.
straight. 10 years ago, when Leicester won the FA Cup and finished in and around the Champions League, which will they remember more?
They will remember the FA Cup more, but that's
Thank
not
you.
the point. That's
Because
not
what
the
will
point.
history say?
Which-
Now Leicester have won an FA Cup.
Which
Have you won the
okay,
FA
but,
Cup even once in your whole life?
I've won it twice, Habibi.
Okay, see, you could have made it 3 times.
Okay, but what I'm saying is 2-3 times no major difference to me. What I'm saying for Leicester, being in the top 4 or top 5, wherever it was back then, is more important to the club, to the progression of the club. And
They're
I'll
gonna
tell you
remember
why.
winning the FA
I'll
Cup
tell you
more than
why. I'll
playing
tell
at
you why.
Liverpool.
Because I could make the argument the reason they won the FA Cup was because then they went and strengthened because they'd won the league and finished in the top 4. Now, the other 2 teams that finished in the top 4 and got Champions League are who outside the Cartel 6? Newcastle and Villa. Oh, and lo and behold, look who's fighting in and around those positions. Again, it's Newcastle and Villa. So it's better for your club to establish itself at the top of the league first and then get your trophies. That's my point.
I hear you. Look at all these injuries Spurs has. Now Man United 3-1.
Oh, Man United
Oh,
is
when the
scumbag, yeah.
Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in.
Why not singing, LB? That's your biggest
Because
rival.
even though I want Spurs to win, there's absolutely zero chance
Yeah,
Spurs win that game.
same.
Yeah. Man U scumbag,
Oh.
yeah, bro.
I
100%.
want to be with the numbers.
I am
This is
so going to be
Tottenham
singing
Hotspur.
that song literally a week from now, bro. I'm going to be singing that song. Unfortunately for LB, Spurs is not my bogey team. You get me? So, yeah, because last time I faced Spurs in a significant game, this happened. So I'm good with Spurs. I don't have a bad relationship. Thank you, Harold. Anyway, guys,
We're gonna wrap up the stream here. It's LB, more LB. It's in the description. Go give them a subscribe. Ashraf Talks Football in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Forest Fan TV. Go give him a subscribe. And as I've told you guys, I have scheduled an emergency meeting with Thomas Little to discuss this Florian Wirtz news at 8 p.m. UK time, which is where this stream is going to be taking. Go subscribe to all these guys. Go watch their content. Please. And we've got Ahwa later on. And I'm doing a Liverpool solo stream tomorrow, inshallah. And I am doing the Liverpool show tomorrow. So I've got so much Liverpool content, guys. It is going to be just 20 times for the next 24 hours. So lock in, strap in your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Love you all. Subscribe to all these amazing guys. And yeah. See you guys later. Peace.